What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Sir Banks, right here at 10-4 Driver. Okay, I'm right here getting unloaded at another one of my drop-offs and everything like this. So I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about something. I was at Speedway one day, at one of the truck stops and everything. And what happened was something strange but not unfamiliar. Something I knew what was going to happen is what they kept saying. Just like Yellow going out of business. Shout out to Yellow. Sorry y'all went through that $750 million debt thing. But, I mean, in my opinion, it might be, I don't know what happened in there. And, I got some of the details, but and my idea is the thing of, unless I actually talk to the person who is at Yellow, who's doing the paperwork and signing the forms and everything, you hear the news and it's like here and there. And you read articles, you still going by here and there because they all have to be politically correct so that no one shoots themselves in the foot. But that's just a side note. It's not what I really came on here to talk about. Thing is, I was in Speedway the other day, and uh, the thing, I mean, businesses like Yellow, they close like that, and just like they're forcing other people to give up their trucks for the things that happen up here at Speedway where I was at. I walked in there wanting to get a sandwich. Is what it is, and the reason why I'm bringing this to y'all is because I wanted a wrap. I love their wraps. Shout out to Speedway because I love their breakfast wraps, and they're mainly they Chipotle wraps and whatever. No disrespect to Chipotle, but the thing is, it's something good on the go where a semi truck can actually go to, and it's convenient. So there it is. But they sit there and told me they have no wraps, no wraps. I'm like, why? You always have wraps. You guys are open 24 hours. What's going on here? Oh, no truck came in. Truck didn't come in. Now, this type of thing happens, but it let me know that, hey, listen, here's one thing that could have happened. You might have had an owner operator who said, you ain't paying me enough to take that load, so guess what? I ain't taking it. Now, they might have these little I would say the food truck, not the food truck. I'm sorry, I apologize. Um, the little, the trucks that's like for the UPS. I don't know what they actually called. It's the name skips me, but you know what I'm talking about. The UPS trucks, it's small trucks, bread trucks, stuff like that. They have those trucks that come there and deliver their stuff because, and sometimes they might have the semi. But the point is that in order to get to that bread truck and the little small truck, you need the semi to do it. I don't care. What I learned, I've been in this business for over almost 15 years now. And I'm telling you right here and right now, it's the first thing that I learned when I walked into those doors of the school that I went to learn to be a truck driver, or rather, to learn to pass the test. Because you're not a driver just because you get your license. So y'all need to stop thinking that. You're not a truck driver until you get your butt out there on the road. Then you're becoming a truck driver. So my point is that um, it's what I learned when I first got into that school, which is the number one motto of truck driver is it doesn't matter, and these bureaucrats need to learn this too. It doesn't matter if it comes on a plane, train, or a boat. You need a truck to get it there. Let me tell you one more time. It doesn't matter if it comes on a plane, train, or a boat. You needed a truck to get it there. When Speedway told me that they didn't have any wraps in there because the truck was late, didn't come. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all out there, okay? We need to actually do something. And I'm gonna start this off, kick this off right now, see how many followers I get behind this. And I mean, please subscribe right down here, right there. Subscribe. Hit the notification button. Hit the like, and definitely comment right there. Comment on here, and I mean, I'm trying to tell you right here, right now, we need to start sticking together. We need to all stick together. Us drivers need to get together up under one umbrella. We're drivers. We need to be paid better. We either need to go on strike, and I guarantee you, I understand you got families. I understand you got bills. I got bills. I got a family. I'm telling you right now, we have things, we gotta actually start doing some things on this. And I know this is longer than my normal posts that I normally do, but this stuff can't be said in 5 minutes. All right, because you need to understand that one thing that happened at Speedway just gave me an eye opener. They have no wraps. Yeah, I really wanted the food and everything like this. I was kind of hungry, and I went to the next Speedway, and they had what I wanted, and everything was everything. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is that I guarantee you what happened. It wasn't for the fact that the load was late. It wasn't for the fact that something happened and they, it might have been the fact that maybe they didn't get the right order. Maybe something was on back order. Who knows? But I'm telling you right now, I'd be willing to bet money that one of the things that normally happened was that broker said, hey, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. That driver said, or the company said, we ain't doing it because it ain't enough money. Y'all need to start, we need to go on strike, or we can go ahead and do what I do. I'm telling you right here, right now. What I do is, I don't leave the state where I'm at. I don't leave it. The state I live in, I just go ahead and, by the way, I'm in Ohio right now. I'm in Ohio. And so what I do is I don't sit there and go from this state to that state to over here, excuse me, to over there, all this other kind of stuff. I advise that anybody listening to this, whatever state you in, you don't have to go on strike and just park the truck and just be done with it and not pay the bills and all the other kind of stuff and everything like this. No. And work off your savings. No. You don't have to do that. What I suggest, small business owners, all the way up to multi-million-dollar owners, this will work for you. I'm telling you it will. Because, as I said before, and I'll say again, it doesn't matter if it comes on a plane, train, or a boat. You need a truck to get it there. Some way, somehow, it don't matter if it was your truck. It doesn't matter if it was your house, the big, tall buildings, like business buildings, all the way down to cotton balls, pencils. Hell, I'm going to tell y'all right now, this marker here, this Sharpie, at some point in time, it was made from a manufacturer, all right? It's made for a manufacturer, shipped on a plane, on a train, on a boat. At some point in time, it was on a semi-truck to get here. You see what I'm saying? Some point in time, it doesn't matter. If you shut down, do two things. One of two, not both, but one of two. One, we go on strike for at least a month. 1 month. Because the reason why I'm saying I would just say 2 weeks, but I'm saying 1 month. And I guarantee you, these customers will cave in. It's not going to state laws and DMVs and all that kind of stuff. It's not that. It's the customers. It's the customers. Yeah, I started to curse there, and yeah, I caught myself too. But I didn't want to make this a irate type guy deal. This is one with speaking with intelligence. All y'all think of us drivers is that we just got low education. That's what y'all think of us. And I know y'all do. Don't say you don't, because you do. Okay? A lot of you do. Some don't, but a lot of you do. I'm a man who actually has a degree in a couple things, and I'm not going to even tell you what those are, but I've actually taught truck driving before. I've actually was an instructor. And I have come across so many guys who have been doctors, who have been lawyers, who have been physical therapy, who has their license in aviation, has a license dealing with aviation, flying planes. And I've taught them to drive semi trucks because they say semi truck drivers make more money than them. Our school only lasts for 5 weeks. You go to school to be a doctor for 8 years and still continuing education on that. Education on that. And then I'm trying to tell you right here and right now, I'm not trying to promote be a truck driver, do this, that, and the other. What I'm trying to get across to you is this, is that we are way more important than a lot of people think that we are. Because without a truck getting us there, I'm sorry, without us getting the truck there in order to do things, here and there, like, hey, you deliver this, deliver that, whatever. You would not have your clothes. You would not have your house. You would not have your food. You wouldn't have the utensils the right way. You wouldn't have the computer. You type your business things on. You wouldn't have your tools for the mechanics to actually fix on anything in the Walmarts, in the Home Depots, in the AutoZones, and you just would not have nothing. You wouldn't have the tires to roll on. You wouldn't have nothing without a semi truck getting there. And I'm telling y'all, if we go on strike, a full strike, for only a month, I'm telling you right now, customers are going to cave in. Or two. That's your first option. Two. Option two is that you do what I do. I make just as good money going from one city to another. Even let's put it this way. Let me put it to you this way. Brokers and customers who actually, the customers, and what I mean customers, I mean the customers who's actually calling the brokers up and saying, hey, we need you to get us a truck to move from point A to point B. That's what we're doing. So the thing is that they have to call us up and say, hey, owner ops, we need you to move this from point A to point B for X amount of dollars. Or they call up the dispatcher, and say, hey, we need you to move this from point A to point A to point B. Can you get somebody to move this? Now, here's how the process goes. You're going to have the customer who says, hey, we need somebody to move from point A to point B, and they're talking to the broker. Now, the broker goes, okay, that load is $1,000. Customer goes, no problem. When the broker gets it, then the broker is, okay, moving it for $1,000, I think that we need to make about 20% on this. So now you're down to $800. Now the broker is going to the dispatcher and says, hey, we can move this load for $800. An honest one will. But, of course, everyone trying to get as much money as possible. So they might just go to the 30%. So he says, hey, we need you to move it for $700. Then a negotiation starts happening there. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe $800, maybe $850. Let's meet in the middle, $850. Now, the broker still made more than 20%. They made 25%. The dispatcher didn't pay that much. They only paid 15 instead of that 25. So my point is, they didn't pay the 700 that they wanted. They only paid. I'm sorry. They didn't do the 800. They didn't do the 800 that the broker wanted. They got it for 750. Okay, they got it for 750. But they really wanted 700. But they got it for 750. But they didn't pay 800. So that's cool with the dispatcher. They made 50 off of it because they talked them down. Now 750 comes around. The dispatcher goes ahead and talks to the driver. Driver says, I'll do it for, now we're talking about owner ops, because company drivers don't have a choice. They get paid by the miles or by the hour. So they got no choice in this matter after this part of the conversation. So owner op goes, hey, I'll do that load for, 700. Well, the dispatcher already told him, or possibly even the broker says, hey, we'll give it to you for 5. Knowing good and well it's worth 8, they'll give it to you for 5. Now the negotiation starts from right there. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, we're gonna do this. I could do this for 7. No, no, no. We're gonna do this at 6. Or they might sit there and say, well, we've gotten and make up stuff. Oh, I get this load moved all the time for 500. You should do it too. No, I'm not another company. This is this company. If you want that other company to move it for 5 and you can move it for 5 with all these other companies, then call that person up. Why you ain't calling them? Why you even put your stuff on a load board if you got somebody who moves it all the time for 500? Makes no sense. Now the 500 mark that I'm telling you about is moving, trying to get a load within at least about 15 minutes to 20 minutes away from you, and move it 2 hours down the road, maybe even 2.5. That's worth the 500. I can say maybe even 6. That's a $600 run. Now you do that 8 in the morning. Let's say by chance you go ahead, in a perfect world, you get a load that afternoon to come right back to point A from where you started from, for let's even say 400, and you take it that low because you're just trying to get home. But you got to look at the big picture. You just now moved a load from point A to point B, 2.5 hours away, plus the load times on each end. Let's say it was, in a perfect world, 1 hour this place, 1 hour that place. Okay, you just now made in 4 hours, maybe 5 tops, $600. Turn right back around within that same 4 hours. You probably did it for 400. You just now made $1,000 that day, minus the fuel and everything. I'm sure you can take away the fuel. You might have used about a good $100 in fuel, something like that, tops. You just now made $900. Now, if you can go back and forth like that, any parts of the city, any parts of your own state, and some states are bigger than most. Don't leave Texas. Don't leave Atlanta. Don't leave Florida. Don't leave Alabama, California, Ohio, Indiana, North Dakota, South Dakota, South and North Carolina, Maine, New Jersey, New York. Do not leave these states. Do not cross over the state line. And if you have an MC number, just go ahead and keep it, because you might cross the state line just for a little bit and come back. That's fine. MC number, fine, keep it. I would always say keep your MC number. That allows you to cross state lines. Okay. DOT number, you can only run within the state. More on that later in another segment. But my point is, like I said, I have to tell y'all a lot about what's going on out here. They are not paying us enough. My idea is this: if they even just start, make it a known rule, every company, and even maybe we could, if you want to march about something and strike to something, if we just do minimum $3 a mile, $3 across the board, okay, then we can negotiate from that point on, higher, lower, because $3 a mile is not going to get it from 2 hours away. That's usually, when you get to that $500-$600, they paying you about a good $500. $5 a mile, $4 a mile, something like that. Okay, you can negotiate up and down from there. They got minimum wage when you go and do waitress work and any kind of or you do warehouse work or whatever job you could think of out here in the real world, where we are at in the real world. They got it's a law for minimum wage. Minimum wage when I was growing up, I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, but you'll probably know by me saying this. My minimum wage was $4.55. Okay, I remember that. Now minimum wage is somewhere around $10. You dig what I'm saying? So if you could raise the minimum wage, why can't you raise the people who's actually bringing you the stuff for you to survive on. You understand what I'm saying here? That being said, ladies, gentlemen, I think we should actually have a strike. And this strike date, my head, please comment. Like, subscribe. But mainly comment and tell me if you agree with what I'm saying, then should it be a strike? And I'm thinking it is now September 20th. I'm thinking November 1st. November 1st, let's see how many of y'all get together on November 1st and go strike that whole month. That's Thanksgiving later on that month. I mean, you get an early Thanksgiving. Like I said, we don't have to strike and stop the trucks altogether, but we can stop going across state lines. Even that little hit, I guarantee you, it's gonna hurt. I got plenty of truck driving buddies right now who I can call up in a heartbeat, and they're gonna tell me they're from Indiana, and they're all the way in California, riding solo. And that load is paying them, what, $2,500? $2,500. And you're riding solo. Do you understand that that's going to be a whole week's of a ride? About 4 days you get there. If you really a monster, you get there 2.5. But think about it, man. The fuel that you used in let's even just break it in the middle like brokers do. Let's break it in the middle. 3 days. Let's say 3 days to get from Indiana to California. Yeah, that's $2,500 by Thursday. If you started off on Monday, by Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have $2,500 in your pocket. But here's the deal. The fuel that you use is guaranteed going to be around the range of, I'm going to say at least about a good $800 worth. Maybe even 1,000, to be honest, about 1,000. Now, that's just to the point of you getting on E. By the time you get to California, you're on E. You spent $1,000. Fill that tank back up with at least minimum $500 to $600. You just now spent $1,600 out of your $2,500. And if you're going with the factoring company, remember the factoring company takes about 3%, anywhere between 2 to 3% of that money for you to get factored out at that point in time. So let's just minus, doing the math in my head, let's just say 15, give it a nice little number so I can do it correctly. Out of $2,500, before the factoring fee jumps in, you on full when you get to California. Now you are down to $2,500 minus 1,000. You have $1,500. After factoring company jumps in or whatever, you about around about $1,400. Now, then you got to get back. That's another 3 days. By the time Monday roll back around, now you got another $2,500. Let's say if it even works like that in the perfect world. Here's the problem with that, fellas, ladies. The thing is that if you work the way that I told you to work, which is going from this city to that city, staying in the state, 2-hour run, you get it at $500 one way, 4 back, something like that. It varies, 7, 3, maybe 7 and 7. You might look up, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, as long as you make $3 grand, $2,500, $3 grand in a week, you home every night or almost every night. You're doing about maybe 6 hours of driving and you're done for the day. Let's even say you do about 9 hours of driving, 10 hours of driving and you're done for the day. You get 11 hours of drive, 14 hours on duty. You guys know that. But you're done 10 hours. Let's say you even do screw it. Let's say you did the whole 14 hours. and you only made $1,000 that day. Guess what? You do that 5 days a week. 5 times 1,000 is what? Just saying. And you home every weekend. And you didn't go nowhere. I'm trying to tell people the game like that. That's what you do. And break every single state down like that. Do every state like that. Break them down. And you break them down like that, I'm going to tell you right here and right now, it's going to be over. These customers ain't going to have no choice but to raise their prices so that you can go over the state lines. Or so that you'll run at a consistent time even if you wanted to stay in your own state. Because you raise one for someone, you got to raise it for the other. You're not going to just raise that price and say everybody who goes over state lines, then you go get that $3 a mile plus whatever. No. I'm telling you right now, we either need to strike for the more money and or either just stay within the state. That's it. I wouldn't even say 3. To be fair, so they don't even try to gyp us, I say 4. $4 a mile. $4 a mile will get you anywhere and do any damn good. It would do good. That's it. All right. That's my time. This is your man, Sir Banks, 10-4 driver. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and definitely, most importantly, please leave the comments. I'm telling you right now, this game, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and make the comments. I'm trying to tell you right now, if we stick together, if all of us drivers stick together, and I mean really stick together, because what happened up there the last time, shout out to Mother Trucker, love that guy. He tells you all the news. Subscribe more to him. He got a lot of subscribers, but ain't no problem with more. But like that guy, he a lot. He do his due diligence. I give him that. But the thing is that it just, in my opinion, that strike up there that went on out there, I don't even remember where it was. It was out. I know it was on the East Coast, but it was sad. It was sad. It was just a little bit of people, and it was just people sitting here telling you, oh, well, I'm not seeing my family. Oh, look at this. This broker is doing this. They don't give a care about that. They don't care. If you go there, tell them what I just said. Like, hey, if you raise this, raise that. If you don't do this, everybody going on strike. That's what it is. Do something about this. DOT, do something about this. That's who you talk to. That's who they talk to. But it wasn't enough of them there. It was enough to fill the size of the front door, which was none much, but it was maybe 30 people there that I seen. All right, I just wanted to do a 30-minute segment on this. I reached my time. 10-4 driver, Sir Banks. Like, subscribe, please. Do the number one thing, comment. See y'all next time.